What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Gameblaze, and today we're back with Ninja Gaiden. Chapter 8, Alma the Greater Fiend. Ooh, I like the way that sounds. Rachel continues searching for her sister in Vigor's capital. She is suddenly confronted by an inhuman form. Alma the Greater Fiend finally makes her appearance. Yeah, let's go. Rachel McJiggle Physics. I love playing this chick. That's terrible. Oh, man. Listen, I like Ninja Gaiden because of ninjas. Oh no. All right, let's go back over to the monastery and save the game. Now, if you don't know, I am recording my voice afterwards, so I've already beaten this. It started to wear me out to try to record my voice while I was playing, and I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and play, and then I'm gonna record afterwards. Makes it more interesting. Definitely makes it easier for me to get through everything. There was a lot of stuff that I didn't know ahead of time. I got through part of this as a younger person. I just never finished it. Like so many Ninja Gaiden games, honestly. Well, I'm just buying stuff randomly. I might as well talk about it. Like, I feel like, and I think I've said this in the last, like, 2 videos with Ninja Gaiden, but I feel like we never really got a chance, a lot of us, to see the full content. It's like buying a movie that you never finished. And Ninja Gaiden is just kind of one of those games that everybody remembers playing, but almost nobody remembers beating. Because honestly, when you're a 10-year-old, that's a challenge. I beat Ninja Gaiden 1 about a year and a half. No, I'm sorry. I beat Ninja Gaiden 1 back in 2015. Yeah. And I beat Ninja Gaiden 2 or 3 like last year or the year before. And this was the first time in my life, and I played them right when they came out on the NES. Oh, good God. Rachel's slow, but I love her moves. Dude, genuinely, not just saying that, I really actually do love her moves. She's got some really cool stuff. She's just slow as hell. Slow as hell. But anyway, yeah. So a lot of us just never even got to finish this content. That kind of blows my mind a little bit. Like, imagine buying a movie that you just never get to finish. I get it. I love how difficult these games are. I love how much time you have to kind of invest in the game or in the genre at the very least to get all the way through it. You know, if you're a hack and slash person, or if you're into like fighting games like Street Fighter, like I was and still am really for years. Whether you're into RPGs, like there is a set of mechanics that you just have to become used to and kind of already have to know by heart. It's not like they're going to run you through a tutorial to teach you where to put your fingers or how to deal with the buttons or you know, what the other mechanics are in the game. Like the jiggle physics in this one. Oh man, dude, I am certain that there is an entire generation of adults now that were ruined by this game as children because they were just staring at literally every time there's a cutscene, Rachel's boobs like flop back and forth, and I'm just like, what? This is why I play adult games as an adult. And it's funny because it's like these games are inches from being adult games. I don't know if you know that or not, but later on we're going to fight Alma, who's, you know, Rachel's sister and one of the bad guys of the game or whatever. And she's basically naked. I have no idea why YouTube allows us to, like, put this up. Because her titties are, like, pink or something. Like, it's insane. And her whole butt's out and everything like that. It's wild. And then you play something like Street Fighter, and, you know, you don't even have to go into, like, the finishing moves, quote unquote. But, like, the nudity, of course, is banned on YouTube. And, I mean, look, I think that nudity is far better for people to see than abject violence. Abject violence does not do anything positive for your brain, especially as a young adult. But I mean, like, yo, a lot of people were kids when they played this game, and Rachel is just straight up dressed like a porn star. Like, really? Oh my God. I don't know, like, if... It's just... Anyway, again, nothing wrong with how she's dressed. Porn stars dress like that because it's fucking hot. And if you're a woman and you're listening to this and you feel like you want to dress like that, bless your soul. Bless your heart. Constantly dress like this. Like it should be legal to show up to work like this. I'm not going to do any work. You know what I mean? We're all just going to be staring at you and then, like, talking about it. We'll include you in the conversation. I promise. I swear. But yeah, awesome. Let me tell you something right now. Rachel is not dressed like any ninja I've ever seen. Not that I've personally met ninjas, but I'm just saying this is probably not how they dress. Anyhow, Mrs. Jiggle Physics over here. I rest my case. But yeah, this game, like all Ninja Gaiden games, just got progressively harder and harder. And I remember like Ninja Gaiden 1, by the way, I got lost. I have no idea where I am. Anyway, Ninja Gaiden 1, if you guys remember, around the time, you see your dad in Ninja Gaiden 1 is friends with some white guy. I forget his name. Walter. I think his name was Walter. God dang, it's been a long time. I think his name was Walter. Anyway, so you have to go find Walter in the U.S. And it's part of the reason why you go to the U.S. or whatever. And dang, man, this dude just like effed me up. So I love that hammer. I really do. So yeah, you have to go find Walter in the U.S. or whatever. And I remember that after you find Walter, then some guy, like some other ninja, because there's like, it's a bunch of ninjas, and it's random, because if you're a Walter, you've now seen 2 ninjas more than the average person sees in a single day, ever, his entire life. But he's not surprised, because I guess, like, he just knows about ninjas. Anyway, so Ryu's sitting there talking to him, and this dude, like, drops in and steals the demon statue or whatever, because they did statues back then and not swords, but anyway. And so you have to, like, chase him. Not, of course, knowing that, like, Walter's totally gonna die. Like Walter's done. The minute that ninja takes off, Walter is done. It's just done. Anyway, but you chase after the guy, you get the statue back, you come back, and of course, Walter's dead because there was probably a third ninja just waiting in them ceilings or whatever, and whooped his ass. Hey, some dinosaurs. Let's go whoop these dinosaurs' ass. Anyway, so oh yes, I forgot you could go down here and there's a save spot. I don't even know why I'm fighting these dinosaurs. I should have just gone right past them. Anyway, I'm a completionist. What can I say? Anyway, I did all the Fiend challenges in this game. Nobody's ever going to care. Nobody's going to listen to this. I did it for myself. Like, I gamed for the sake of gaming because I was going to game already. But anyway, yeah. What was I saying? Fucking Walter. Walter from Ninja Gaiden 1. Oh yeah. After that level, whenever you come back and Walter's like bleeding out on the ground or whatever, I forget where you go after that, but the game gets unbelievably harder directly after that. Like it was one level before that, and then it's a very separate level after that, and it just subsequently gets harder and harder, and it's always death by something really like annoying that makes you want to throw the controller. It was like death by like Hawk. Like you'd be on a cliff or something like that. And the devs knew. They timed it so that when you were running, the Hawk would come at just the right angle, and it was so infuriating. It was so infuriating. And of course you play it a million times, and it's fine, but you have limited lives unless you have like a Game Genie or something. Honestly, Game Genie was one of the reasons why I was able to just see the end of this content that I paid for at some point. And it's funny because like there's no Ninja Gaiden Sigma, this game we're playing here, has no cheat codes. There are 0 cheat codes here. So, you know, you play through it on normal or whatever. I'm on normal for sure, but like you're just stuck on normal the whole way through, and it's not like you can change it once you start on normal. There's no way to then go back and change that to be easy or hard or anything else. You're stuck on it. And I would I have bitched out and maybe made it easy for a couple of the bosses? Probably, yeah. But I didn't. I mean, I also couldn't. But that's fine. The challenge of the game was enough. But man, this game is a legitimate challenge. I'm not lying to you. It's not infuriating like Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2, though. And anybody, like I've read Reddit forums and stuff where people complain about Ninja Gaiden Sigma. And they say that it's like pointlessly hard and all this stuff. And yeah, like there's a lot of, the devs were, they knew Ninja Gaiden devs know how to piss people off. And if you don't know this already, they do it on purpose. And really this game is just about, it's a hack and slash, yo. Like it's about getting annoyed and having to hack and slash a whole lot of people for no reason. You basically murder an entire army in the course of, I don't know, 15, 18 hours or whatever it is that you end up playing this game or whatever. If you guys have not played it yet, Katana Zero, dude, so good. Probably one of the best games I've ever played in my life, and really should be like the spiritual successor to Ninja Gaiden. Rather than going three-dimensional like this, they took that I'm sorry. My mouth doesn't work all the time. They took this 2D platformer thing just to a whole other level. And man, that was another tough game, but you do it enough and you just get real good at it. And they figured it out. They knew that, like, the only thing, and really when I use cheat codes on hack and slash games, typically the cheat codes that I will use, specifically when I'm on the old NES stuff, is I just want forever lives. I just, you know what I mean? I want to be able to restart the game a bajillion times if I need to. I don't need infinite life. I don't mind dying. I just want, like, if you only have 3 continues, like, dude, to me, that's bogus. Like, I want to just keep playing, you know, like, chill out. I don't mind dying and then having to go back to the beginning of the level. That's fine. I'll redo the level that's what you do, until you get good at it. And Ninja Gaiden Sigma kind of figured that out as well, because you can just keep going and keep going and keep going. And that's really what makes the difference, in my mind at least, between a game like Ninja Gaiden Sigma and Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, or even 3. By the way, if you've not played it, Ninja Gaiden 2 is basically the greatest video game on the face of the planet. I have no idea why everyone on Earth has not played that game yet. I really haven't. And I'm lost again, obviously. I'm just running around trying to figure out where I am. And not looking at the map. You'd know if I was looking at the map because I would have opened my map by now. Anyway. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden 2, probably the best video game that the world has ever seen, ever. I loved it. I loved Ninja Gaiden 2. I played it so many times. I had this soundtrack to Ninja Gaiden 2 on my phone for a while, and I would listen to that shit at the gym. That's not that's not a lie. I was stationed, I don't know where, but like literally, like every time I was at the gym for months, I had some song from the Ninja Gaiden 2 soundtrack in my head. I can literally like hear some of the songs in my head now. There's no words. It's just like, you know, it's like Japanese techno. Whatever, dude. It's what ninjas kill people listening to, I guess. I don't know. I've never been a ninja, nor have I. Well, anyway. Yeah. But if you're ever a ninja and you're out to assassinate somebody, that's what you should listen to that. I'm certain of it. That Japanese techno type music, that's what you do. Anyway, back to Rachel McJiggle physics over here. Dude, telling you right now, like, it's ruined every, like, you're in like high school or whatever, and some girl's like, do you think I'm pretty? And you're like, nah, you don't look like Rachel McJiggle physics. It's terrible, man. This probably like gave birth to a whole school of ABGs that were just like, yo, look like that. This is total anime. It not to harp on this, but it really did trip me out that, like, and you'll see at the end of I think it's the next chapter where we actually fight Alma. Yo, like she's naked, yo. She's extra naked. She whatever. When you look naked up in the dictionary, they got a picture of Alma from Ninja Gaiden Sigma. She extra naked, man, and it tripped me out because I'm like, wow, all right, like we can get away with this, no problem. And like nobody bats an eye. Nobody has a boobies everywhere. Yeah, nobody bats an eye. Wow, look at that. I love it, dude. Yeah, nobody trips out at all when you have stuff like this. But if you just make it a little more nude, it is somehow like NC-17 rating and evil. I'm not talking about people having intercourse in games. You know, I'm talking about like, you know, this. I mean, yo, like trip on this. They have straight up intercourse in Grand Theft Auto 5. You can go bang hookers. It's just wrong. Like, you can just bang hookers. Like you've always been able to. Like even from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and whatnot, you can bang hookers and then like rob them or whatever, take your money back. But it's just extra in GTA 5. Like it's extra. And if that, I don't know. I think it's funny that we trip out on adult games so hard, and then people have like secret Steam accounts where they keep their adult games so nobody finds them. And I'm like, Why? Who cares? Like, who cares what your video game is? Like, nobody's hiding X videos of Pornhub on their phone. I mean, like, everybody's got that. It's not even like those are vanilla sites. You know what I mean? Like, those are the chill sites that you go to, and it's just funny that like people have to like go out of their way to hide their adult video games and talk about them like it's a secret and shit. But then we're over here playing Rachel McJiggle titties and shit, and nobody cares. It didn't matter. That's all I'm saying. I think that's the thesis that I'm trying to get at here. That's going to be the thesis to my dissertation on Rachel McJiggle titties here, is that it just shouldn't fucking matter. Welcome to my TED Talks. Wow. Yeah, I'll say this, though. When it comes to Fiend challenges in Ninja Gaiden Sigma, I far prefer to work with Rachel, just because she has that like reaction, like the, what do you call it, when somebody attacks you and you parry it and then do that little, like a little thing, and then she like pops their heads off, which it doesn't pop off every time. Some of them need 2 hits or whatever, but yeah, to me, pow, like just like that. This was far easier of a challenge, being able to use her than it is with Ryu, where you have to constantly do like the Azusa drops, and those like flying, I don't know, ninja split scissor kicks or whatever. That's not a kick. It's whatever he does with his sword when you just like do that flying thing. Yeah, this is to me far easier. It's just less to stress about. And in a game where like Ninja Gaiden games are built on stress, like that, the devs are just like, how can we give this person anxiety issues today? You know what I mean? Like, this is Ninja Gaiden gave us our original anxiety issues back, you know, before we had real problems in the world. We had Ninja Gaiden. It was like a good way to prepare yourself, because if you can play Ninja Gaiden and not fling your controller around, you can probably deal with like office politics and shit. Like, you can probably handle workplace harassment to some degree. You're like, dude, look, I did all 3 Fiend challenges with no cheat codes, all right? Like, you can't get to me. You don't even know. You don't even know what I've been through. So true. Oh my goodness. But these just went on forever. Oh my god, please just end this. This really did just go on forever and ever. Oh my god, we're not done yet. Don't put the axe away, girl. I need you to pop some heads off. I need you to jiggle. Jiggle like you do. Boom, look at that. And also, you know what it is? Okay, I'll say this here. I was actually planning on making a whole video about it, but since I got nothing else to say and I'm just sitting here, I'm going to say this right now. There's a couple of reasons why I prefer playing a female over a guy. And one of the big reasons is because it gives me a separation, right? So like, I didn't used to play first-person shooters or anything like that. It was something I got into a lot later on, for the most part. But only because like I can do that, like in real life. I have done that, and you know, when you're in the infantry and you're going through like mount training, for any of you who've actually, you know, done that in real life, you've definitely been through a multiple number of mount courses, and you know, you get used to room clearing and you get used to doing that kind of stuff, and you practice for the real world, and you get deployed and you go out and you do it, and it's whatever. And then you come home and it's kind of like, I don't really feel like playing Call of Duty. I don't, you know, that was why I played Fallout, but I liked the storyline. I didn't necessarily like, you know, the first-person action. And I suppose that New Vegas, which is where I started, was just a bit. It didn't seem that realistic to me, so it didn't. You know, it wasn't the same. Games now are getting very realistic. Like, you play some COD games, and just the visuals and the general sounds are starting to, you know, it's starting to be a little more real. But what I realized was that when I play a woman, it's not real to me, because I'm not a woman. I don't look like a woman. I don't sound like a woman. I ain't never gonna be a woman. I'm definitely like, I'm literally the opposite of whatever a woman is, for sure. And you know, which and I don't care. Like, I'm not here to judge anybody who's different from that. I'm just literally on the other side of the spectrum. And, you know, so for me, when I play a woman, there's a level of separation there where it's like I'm definitely watching a movie. You know, when I play a male character and I play like Fallout 4, it's a little more personal because I'm playing in first person. Some of these emotions, like, and that's how the devs built Fallout 4, for sure. You know what I mean? Like, they built it for that. But I'm just reminded of that as, you know, I've played through Fallout 4 a couple times with a male character, and it's a little more personal. And that's what was intended, but it's kind of like, I really prefer just not to have that emotion there. I just want to play the game and enjoy it or whatever. And as a female, it's much easier because it's more like I'm watching a movie and it just has a female lead or whatever. And, you know, besides that, then if I get to play a female in this game, you know what I mean? I get to watch Rachel McJiggle physics while I'm whooping dinosaur asses like left and right. Which, to be completely clear, if I had the choice to make Ryu a chick, yeah, for sure. Like, it would just be a dark-haired version of this. Or again, ABG would just do the blonde thing and it's all good. Ain't nobody mad about that. So, yeah. Also, if you've played games like Fallout, COD or whatever, and you're playing a guy and then you get shot, your character's like, ugh. And you got headphones on, and then you start to get tired, and your character starts to grunt because he's tired and he's like breathing heavy, and there's just like this dude breathing in your ear, and you're like, oh, it sound like that. What's happening? It starts to get a little weird and erotic, man. Let's go pick this chest up. I don't know what's in this chest. Oh man. So like when I'm listening, you know, playing a girl or whatever, and she gets shot, she's like, ah. And you're like, yeah. It's terrible. Or when she gets like, you know, out of breath or whatever, then it's fun because I don't mind listening to a girl pant in my ear. That does not even affect me at all. It's good. It's not a negative thing. But you know, when I'm playing a male character and he's like, oh, I'm tired, and you're like, oh, bro, stop. Just turn the volume down. Anyway, what's happening right now? I forgot we were playing Ninja Gaiden Sigma. Yeah, we just beat the Fiend Challenge. I think that was the second one that we've done with Rachel, and there's one more. I do not remember where, but there is another one. Anyway, one of the things I love about this, God, I just ramble, man. I apologize. Anyway, one of the things I love about this game is that there is this really cool like co-op thing going on between Rachel and Ryu, where, you know, Rachel will go to an area that Ryu's not been yet and do some stuff, like open a door. This happens later on. And then in the next mission or two missions later, then Ryu has to go into that area and go through that door that was not open on the first time you went through, but because Rachel's opened it, now it's open. You know, and then like this is an area that Ryu cleared, I think it's in stage 3 or something like that. But now here we are as Rachel running through the same streets, wow, popping off heads and shit. Damn. Oh, them jiggle titties is all the way out. Boom. I'm trying to turn psychic so I can will them to just pop out. You know? Also, random side note. You see the little karma thing in the upper left-hand corner? 350930, whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, Rachel ass super flat, dude. I don't know if she just only does chest exercises or what, but she needs to do some deadlifts. Come on, girl. Get with the program. I'm playing with y'all. I'm being half serious. I don't care, though. I don't care. You just be whatever kind of ninja beast hunter you want. I ain't mad at you, girl. You look good anyway. Anyhow, just saying, for my taste. What was I even getting at? Oh my God. I got distracted by Rachel's ass. Oh, what's wrong with me? There's so many things. There's so many things wrong with me. I don't even know where to start. Yes, let's get out of here. That's a good idea. All right, so like the karma thing in the upper left-hand corner for Rachel's ass ruined my mind. So the reason that keeps coming out is because for whatever reason, the way that the game is set up, I guess, to work with the controller, when you push down on the left thumbstick, that pops up. And I didn't realize that until I was on like stage 9 or 10 or something like that. I don't know, maybe later. I don't know. But yeah, so it kept popping out and I'm like, oh my God, how do I get rid of this thing? And of course, you know, this game was made to work with like some more ancient controller or whatever. And so like even in the start menu, it didn't seem too cohesive to me. So I'm just like, all right, cool. Yeah, but yeah, see how it pops out again? It's because I keep smashing on the left thumbstick, just, you know, because I am stressed out, and I guess smashing the left thumbstick is what anxiety makes me do. I don't know. Also, did you know these guys are called BS ninjas? I always thought that was cool. I don't know what that means. Maybe it means bullshit, because that's just what I and everyone else must have assumed. But yeah, BS ninjas. Oh my gosh, so in the next level right after this, so we're gonna have to fight Gamov in a minute, I think. Oh, here we go. Dang, I was on that. I was on that.
So beautiful.
It's like I already played it.
Both you sisters are. The older one has quite a temper. Alma is such a nice and innocent girl. Lord Doku seems to be quite pleased with her.
You bastard!
It seems my evaluation was correct. As always.
Yeah, you see that jiggle when she ran up to him? I'm playing with y'all. Anyway. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, I do know what I was saying. The next level directly after this, Ryu ends up in like the underground or whatever. And there's a bunch of underground levels in this game that Ryu always has to do. Rachel never goes down there. She's always like in the sky or whatever. She's like the Assassin's Creed dude or whatever. And chick, I don't know. But yeah, all of the underground levels in this game suck. They're terrible. Oh my god. They're not terrible. I'm just... Man, they're hard. They're hard, and they're not all that fun. And I know when people complain about this game, I know what you're complaining about. I've lived through this game. It is hard. Like, legitimately, this game is hard. And a bit redundant. It does get a bit redundant. But there was some cool stuff. And really, it's a hack and slash. So here's the thing. The premise of a hack and slash game is that you're going to hack and slash here, and then you're going to hack and slash over there, and then you're going to come back, and you're going to hack and slash a little bit more, but over in this area here. And that's just what hack and slash games are. And so I think, you know, we should all be used to it at this point, and it's all good. But as Gamov like whoops my ass because I can't do any, what do you call them, reverses on him or whatever. He's hard to parry, dude. He's super hard to fucking parry. Yeah, good thing I got extra like life containers or whatever. I almost said mana. God, the fantasy realm is just so much better. You know what I'd love to play on the channel, but nobody would watch? Nobody would watch. I stress on this shit because, like, I go back and forth between games that I want to play and games that people want to see. And part of me is just like, dude, I'm doing this because I enjoy gaming. Not just because people... Oh, look, I finished it. Yay. Yeah, we got through it. I was saying I would love to play Skyrim on the channel. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. Or even Oblivion. But really, like, oof. I will definitely put Elder Scrolls 6. Veteran Hunter, yeah. I'll put Elder Scrolls 6 on when it comes out for sure. That'd be a great game. Can't wait for it. Yeah, Chapter 9, Hidden Underground. One of the worst levels ever. A dark underground world leading deeper and deeper. Does the path to Zarkon truly exist? No. Dude, this is such a redundant stage. All this stuff is. Oh my god. Yep, there it is. Surprise, you have to fight this guy later. Twice. I think 2 or 3 times. You gotta fight this dragon. At least twice. Once in bone form and then once, like, with skin. I don't know how that works. I'm not a dragon skin doctor or whatever. But yeah, I would love to put Skyrim on the channel. You know what's funny? I've never played Skyrim with mods, ever. I've never in my life modded Skyrim. I know that sounds like real lame of me, dude, like extra vanilla. But dude, I don't think I've ever played. I'm thinking about it. I don't think I've, because okay, so back in the day there was this exploit in Skyrim. Not that it matters. We're playing Ninja Gaiden right now, but anyway, I'll finish this and we'll talk about Ninja Gaiden. I swear. There was this like an exploit kind of with Skyrim where if you were in Whiterun, which is right in the middle of the map, if you're not, I don't know if you're paying attention. Anyway, right in the middle of the map in Skyrim, we're playing Ninja Gaiden Sigma. What's wrong with me? Hey, who cares? Anyway, so right in the middle of the map, there's a city called Whiterun, and it's dope. Right, it's a really nice city. It's like where you spend most of your time, honestly. Like we all live in Whiterun. Everybody does, with like some random chick that we picked up from wherever, and that like homeless chick that lives in the thing, and then the little girl that you always end up adopting the same homeless girl ever, and the beat lady. Oh, it's terrible. Anyhow, there's like that one huntress chick. I forget where she's from, but yeah, you have to like talk to her dad for some reason. I always end up marrying her because she's slightly better looking than everybody else. But anyway, look, totally beside the point. She's like a little gothy blonde or whatever. I don't know. So, in Whiterun, there was an exploit, and it was a resolution. I don't know. Resurrection. I don't know. Maybe it was just an erection. I don't know. There's a potion. God, it's gonna kill me. I have to go look it up now. There's a potion that you could take that would make you. There's a potion you could make, first of all, that would make you better at making. No, I lied. Yes, there was a potion you could make that would make you better at enchanting, and then you would enchant gloves and like armor and stuff to make you better at smithing. And basically the exploit was going back and forth. You would make, okay, here's what it is. You would make an enchantment that made you good at making potions, and then you would make potions to make you better at enchanting. And you would go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on this. But this was only after you got your enchanting skill to 100 and you got your potion skill to 100, and then you had to go get completely separately your armor skill to 100. And I would spend like right at the beginning of the game, without using cheats, without using exploits, without using the command prompts, I would, take my ass directly to Whiterun, level 2 or whatever the hell you end up as, by the time you get there, and then I would just literally spend my whole time there for probably 20 or 30 hours. I'm not even joking. Just running this exploit where you're trying to find materials so that you can craft armor, like little fucking daggers or whatever, right? So that you can then go back and, start this exploit up where you'd run potions so that you could run enchantments and run more potions and run more enchantments. And you had to keep finding soul gems that you could enchant so that you could and then you get all the XP for it and you keep leveling up, blah, blah, blah. And everything is just about this exploit so you could finally essentially craft armor that would make you never die. That was it. That was the end game for this whole thing. You would eventually craft, a ring of health that had 8 billion health. I think I have pictures of this stuff from back in the day. I think I took some screenshots. But it's nuts. It's nuts. I had a ring with 8 bajillion health, and I used to run around with a wooden sword naked with my ring of bajillion health on and just stab dragons with my little wooden sword. And I had done no cheat codes. I had used 0 cheat codes. I had used no console commands. I had just run this exploit, and I had no life. That's what it was. In fact, it's funny. I was managing a business at the time, and I would just not go to work a lot. I did work. I worked a lot, actually. But I didn't, during the day, most of my operational duties took place after close of business. You know what I mean? Counting money, doing books, bank runs, and all this kind of stuff usually happened in the late and early hours of the day. Late hours and early hours. So, a lot of times during business hours, I was just gaming and watching the cameras. You know what I mean? And so, I ran that exploit a lot. I had this character that was so powerful. And I remember, it's funny, I was on Xbox at the time. I remember switching from Xbox to PC and just being angry that I couldn't take this character with, because this character lived on my Xbox. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. I can literally like make that character again in seconds, you know, right now, because I could just use a command prompt. I just didn't want to. I know that sounds real lame, but I'm just like, I spent like 1,000 hours on this character, and then, you know, like everything was organic. I had all of the, you know, the, what do you get, achievements, you know, because I'd made this character legit, and it was just extra gangster and powerful, and nobody could kill me, and I had a wooden sword of Expelliarmus or whatever they call that. What's that Harry Potter, the Harry Potter thing where you just do it and then they explode or whatever? Oh, Avada Kedavra. Yeah, I had the wooden sword of Avada Kedavra. It's so stupid. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's all gone now, and I haven't really picked up Skyrim. I've played through Skyrim so many times, man. No, I lied, actually. I played it last year. I played it through last year. I just didn't put it on the channel. I don't know why. I should have. I just know nobody's gonna watch it, because why would you? Like, who cares? Like, everybody's already seen Skyrim. The only thing that I think is really, really relevant is the conversation that essentially happens between the King of Whiterun and fucking, like, what's his name, like Olaf or whatever, when the King of Whiterun is trying to decide whether to go with the Empire or with the Nords. And he tells you, as like the courier, essentially, he's like, give the king my axe. Or not, he wasn't the king. He's like, give the king of whatever place that is my axe, and he'll know what that means. And that was some deep shit. That was some, I'm not Nordic or anything. Like, I'm not Norse or, you know, whatever. But, you know, just like that whole exchange between them when he, well, it depends on what you decided to do. But when, I mean, I think I've only backed the Empire. I always back the Empire, you know. It's cool. Bethesda's good, man. Obsidian, Bethesda, they're just very talented companies with great writers that always gave you this moral quandary where it was like, do you want to back the Nords because they're, you know, this is their land or whatever, you know, their you know, native land, or do you want to back the Empire because, you know, we can have this greater thing together and we can be equal and blah, blah, blah. You know, like the Nords have this problem with the Dark Elves, and there's that whole like racism kind of twist or whatever going on up there. It's a very interesting conversation. It really is. To have, and it's so relevant. Man, is it relevant right now to have that conversation. But I just, you know, it's an old-ass game, and everybody already seen it. Then again, I'm sitting here playing Ninja Gaiden. This is an old-ass game, and nobody's going to watch this either. I don't know. I just, you know, I didn't really start out trying to have a gaming channel because I wanted other people to watch my stuff. I just set up a gaming channel because I was playing a lot of video games. My wife was like, what's wrong with you? Just put the shit on the internet. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, nobody's going to watch the video games I play. Like, if you're watching this right now, put the number 13 in the comments. Whatever. I don't know. Pick a number. Excuse me. It's just wild because, yeah, I just made this channel for myself because I wanted something to listen to while I was falling asleep. And I just wanted to play these games through and then actually be able to, like, go back and remember it, because so much of our time is spent in video games. If you're a real gamer, like, you probably put hundreds of thousands of hours in the games. I'm not even joking, over the years. And those are just, that's content that you just never get to see again. It's forgotten. It's not like a Stallone movie you can just pop in and watch and just be like, ah, yeah, remember when, you know, the sheriff like had him on the bridge and he was like, but you know, I'm just backing them, you know. And then, you know, like the sheriff didn't care, and so he like took him to the police station and ripped his shirt off, and he had all the cuts on it from the torture in the Vietnamese jungle or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, if you didn't know that, that's Rambo 1. Probably, by the way, total side note to this. Well, I got to shoot the eye out of this thing real fast. Yeah, watch this. Bow! Wait. Bow! There you go. And then it lights up this path and we gotta run down. Anyway, my mind is like this. I have a fucked up ass mind. Anyway, if you ever get a chance, go check out and any of y'all who are my age, first of all, nobody's listening to this, but if you are, and you're in your 40s or something like this, or later, you will remember the end scene from Rambo, from the first Rambo, First Blood. Man, that was just incredible. It really was. That last line, I think rings for every veteran out there. But yeah, that hit extra hard. And I don't know what that has to do with Ninja Gaiden. There were no ninjas in Rambo. Like there was like zero ninjas in Rambo. But anyway, what are we doing? Okay, I got the Great Spirit Elixir. Those are always good. Those are very important. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh yeah, collect some arrows, then let's get the hell out of here. Okay. I have beef with this game. I got something to talk about. I got beef with this game. After I equipped those explosive shurikens, and one of them immediately exploded because I hit the... Okay, so the interact button that pops up in the bottom right-hand corner is B. And when you're trying to back out of your menu, you have to hit the B button. And it's this constant... Hey, you remember this dude? This is the dude that ate Rachel McJiggle titties or whatever, and then we had to, like, cut her out, but she was all goopy and stuff. Just a reason to make her oily. Dude, the devs on this game were just like, how do we make this X-rated without making it X-rated? Anyway, what was I saying? I'm just thinking about Rachel McJiggle titties all of a sudden. And cutting this thing up, man. Oh my god, this thing popped up everywhere. Okay, you know what it is? It's the fact that the interact button is the B button, at least for Xbox controllers, right? And then the back out of your info screen or whatever it is, your equipment screen, is also the B button. But then the throw shit or use your what do you call it, projectile weapons is also the B button. So essentially, and again, it's not like the B button is connected to a weapon that you can't lose or you don't have a limited amount of. I only have like 9 explosive shurikens left, and every time I hit the B button, I'm in danger of using an explosive shuriken, and it's just really annoying because you'll have like only so many cores or only so many explosive arrows or only so many explosive shurikens, and then this happens or whatever. You just try to back out. You're just trying to back out the screen, and then all of a sudden, now you've got missing explosive arrows. Or what's even worse, honestly, is when you're trying to interact with something, and you don't stand on it precisely, and then it just you end up throwing some like shuriken or something. You're like, oh, for fuck's sake, man! Like that was not what I intended at all, and nobody cares. Like nobody, I promise you, nobody cares. But it sucks and it's annoying. And the devs, of course, I assume, did it on purpose because they want to make you angry. And like hiding those, like trying to figure out where it is that you're supposed to like leap up or whatever. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you a story that you don't know. And since nobody is listening to this, it won't matter. I could not for the life of me get through this on my own. I mean, I could, but I needed a game guide. I needed a game guide so bad. And so one of the reasons why I'm not recording on the mic, one is because a half-hour level or a 40-minute level probably took me 2 hours, honestly, between getting lost and occasionally dying, which I totally cut out and have no problem admitting that happily. Whenever you see a cut, it's probably because I died. And, you're just going around it because you don't want to watch 6 hours of video to get through an hour of content. That's stupid. You know what I mean? But anyway, because nobody cares, like, least of all me. But anyway, yeah, I have my wife run the game guide for me, and my wife is not, she's a gamer, but she's like Gamer Lite. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I need game guide assistance. And my poor wife, I don't think she was ready for this, because we went through like 3 or 4 game guides. There are guides for Ninja Gaiden Sigma, and if you're going to use a game guide for this, which I strongly recommend you do, just be advised that game guide is not going to give you exact directions. Instructions, yes, but directions, no. And I went through a couple, and it's just not something that we found. You'll definitely get instructions, directions you will not, and you'll have to find those on your own. The best way to find directions is to open your damn map, and I don't know why. I literally forgot. I just forgot I had a map. But for the life of me, I didn't use the map hardly at all in this game. It was just me kind of like fumble fucking around until I found the way. But that's a lot of what I cut out, was just me getting lost. And then this dude starts trying to hump people, man. Like, if you didn't know, these guys literally, like, I don't want to say the R word and make YouTube mad or whatever, but like, I don't know how else to put it. This game is so bizarre to me, man. Just real quick, I got to rant. Look at this. Look at what's happening here. What in the fuck is happening? Like, honestly, you're like, okay, the devs are like, let's make a video game where, like, the protagonist is a guy, right? And he's like a ninja, and whatever ninjas are, or whatever. And he's wearing a skin-tight plastic bodysuit that always looks wet. And like dead serious, constantly gleaming, and then we're gonna make sure the camera is at a very strange angle all the time, and then we're gonna make the secondary protagonist a chick, and she's gonna always be like sweaty and in essentially like a leather bikini but high heels for sure. You know what I mean? And then she's going to have like, you know, whatever. And then we're going to have all the bad guys basically be the same way. And then we're going to have these random like bad guys that like literally hump you. Like they're dead, so like you can't get mad at them. It's not sexual harassment because they're dead or whatever. But that's the game. And then people are like, oh, don't play adult games. Those are dirty. What's wrong with you? And it's like, no, son. I played Ninja Gaiden. That's the dirtiest game ever. And I think what bothers me is that like games like this try to pretend like this is not what's happening. They do. They try to pretend like they're completely and 100% legitimately family-friendly games. It's like, because Ninja Gaiden is like one of the benchmark games that everybody who gamed in the late 80s, early 90s played. Everybody. I'm not fucking joking at all. Everybody played Ninja Gaiden. Everybody's played Ninja Gaiden 1 or 2 or 3. Probably not 3, because 3 wasn't that good. It was just such a retread, and it was overly, stupid. Whatever. But Ninja Gaiden 1 and Ninja Gaiden 2, specifically 2, so good. Fuck me, man. Oh my god. If you've not played Ninja Gaiden 2, you suck as a human being. Like, you really should just change your life, all right? You don't need Jesus. You don't need, Allah or Buddha. Or, you need Ninja Gaiden 2. That's what you need. Right? That's my advice. But yeah, this was just like so low-key erotic, dude, because everybody is in just like skin-tight bodysuits and shit. And I feel like the first one was like mildly benign. You obviously were having a sexual relationship with Irene Liu, who is this like Chinese CIA contractor or whatever that Foster kept trying to get to murder you, but then you would like pull out your ninja dick or whatever, and if you don't believe me, go back and watch them. In Ninja Gaiden 1, at the end, after you kill Taquito, whenever you killed Taquito or whatever his name was in the Brazilian jungle, like in that tower castle thing or whatever, and then like afterwards, like your dad fucking dies, like he's dead, and then but you wasted, you got this like ability to bring people back to life, and you wasted on this chick you don't even really know that well, who was totally just ordered to murder you, and then like your homeboy, that was in the second one, where your dude, what was his name, Swamp Rat Rob. Listen, if you've not played, Ninja Gaiden is so weird, man. It's so weird. Oh my god. And what's really weird is that I'm sitting here talking to myself about this video game. Yeah, your dad dies. I think that's the first one. Your dad dies in this temple after you essentially kill your dad. I'm not joking. Uh-oh, what's happening here? Oh, it's the boulder. Oh no, it's the water. Never mind. Different part. Boom. Look at this ninja. Just into a pool of water. Come on, swim, little ninja, swim. Anyway. Yeah, but if you have not sought to try to understand Ninja Gaiden 2, it's a bizarre game. Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2. Okay, so your father dies for sure. Like, it doesn't die at the beginning. He's kidnapped in the beginning. You just don't know it, which is a weird thing to not know since the whole game is sort of predicated on your father being murdered. But anyway, so you fight your dad. He like dies, but then you get the power to bring people back to life, and you use it to bring this chick back to life. And then she's ordered to kill you, but then she doesn't, and you like bang on this cliffside or whatever. Like, I'm not joking. Like, Ryu gets real sketch, like extra sus, and he's just like, he tells Foster, the bad guy or whatever, like the second bad guy. I don't know, it's like the other bad guy. I don't know. But he tells Foster over the CIA communicator, he's like, thanks for giving me 2 presents. And like, the girl is like, 2? What's the other present? And he's like, well, I got 1 present when I was successful in getting whatever. And she goes, and what's the other present? And he like throws the communicator in the water, and he's like, you. And then he kisses her, and I'm like, dog, that's a little rapey, bro. Like, that's a little strange. I don't know how I feel about that. It was weird as hell, man. I don't know. I was a literal kid when I played that game. I was an actual child. I was an adult when I played this, but I was a child in 1998 or whatever. No, I'm sorry, 1988 when that game came out. 87, 88, something like this. Yeah. Anyway, look, go back and watch the cutscenes. They're actually on the channel somewhere. I'm not going to link them. I'm so lazy, dude. But they're definitely on the channel, and they're bizarre. Like, dude, I think half the reason I played through this game is because I want to be able to run all the cutscenes together. I don't know if I'm going to play the rest of the Ninja Gaiden games after this. This game was hard. Damn, this game was hard. I don't know. I guess that's part of what made it so much fun. Is because like there were no cheats, and you just had to like, it was struggle bus the whole freaking way. Total struggle bus. Come on, Ryu, stop running on the water. This, dude. Trying to control this in this 3D environment was so rough. Like, it was clear that this was one of their first attempts at a 3D environment. I'm just, oh God. There you go. Get in there. Get in there, little guy. What a weird place to put an elevator. All right, so if I remember correctly, I get out of the elevator. I like how he rolls out. Yeah, ready for anything, even though he can like see that there's nobody there. Oh yeah. So I gotta kill these BS ninjas or whatever. They're total BS, bro. And then there's this thing on the wall that I have to get to. Door unlocks. Blah blah blah. Yeah, the safe on the wall. And I remember. I got this thing, and I was like, okay. And I had a little trouble opening it the first time. And then you're going to see me go over here in a second and just pop it right open. And it's like, oh, yeah, no problem. But it's because this is actually like the 5th time I've had to open this thing, because that stupid underwater save point, not underwater, but it's like before the underground passage, that is the save point before the boss. And I can only imagine the frustration of not finding that save point, because when this game came out in 2007, I don't even think the internet was really like it is right now. I don't think they had game guides like this. And I know for a fact that Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2, when you played through those, it was Nintendo Power or nothing. Because boy, I had them Nintendo Powers. And I read the shit out of Nintendo Power, man. Oh, man, if I didn't have the money, I would go to this spot called the Cornet Newsstand. Dude, that's how old I am. I would go to the Cornet Newsstand, and I would stand and read the magazine, making sure not to bend it or rip it, because then the owner there, the guy working, would make you like buy it or whatever. Oh, shh, quiet. Here comes Alma McJiggle Titties. Yo, how is she not naked? Come on, man. You know she's naked. I know she's naked. You know she's naked. That's what the devs intended. That's wild. Anyway. You know what's crazy? When I fought her the second time, I beat her in like, oh my god, it was like so fast. It was like a minute, I think. I ran right through it, and it was an accident because I certainly did not intend to do that. I just had a couple of lucky hits, and there were a couple of things that I didn't know I could do. I didn't know if I couldn't, and I think I just gave it a shot, and I'm like, no way that worked. And had I known that, but what I'm getting at is, had I known that back here, this would have gone so much faster. Because basically, there are all these little parts where you can just do that, like, not an Azusa drop, I forget what it's called, that thing right there. And then you do two of those, and then you dip. And had I known that I could have just knocked her out like that, right from the gate, like I would have done that in a heartbeat. And she doesn't have to be sitting on the ground. You can actually do this a couple of different times. Like obviously not when she's throwing things at you, but there's a couple of times where you can like catch her, and if you can get that drop on her, dude, you will just peel life off of her. And I just did not know that that was available to me. And had I known, I'd have ran through this so much quicker. Instead of like getting caught like this, or then trying to avoid her or whatever, yeah, and wait for her to walk, which is, I think, what they intended, but who knows. I'm just over here getting slammed on. Oh my god, dude, what the hell? And then, just like that, when you miss, you basically have to wait through a whole new cycle. Yeah, there you go. You can just drop her real fast out of the air and then do a couple of Zusa drops on her. And dude, you just run through her so fast. Like right here, boom. That should have been a hit. It should have been a hit. Oh my god, I missed it right there too. There you go. But then she didn't drop. There she chops right there. There we go. You have to make her like, you have to like knock her over, and then she like lets you get a couple of hits on her, and then she goes flying again. Nobody cares that she's naked apparently. Like nobody cares. Just titties out, dude. It's wild. She's naked the way Mystique is naked in X-Men, where it's like, you know, it's body paint, right?
Do it. I can't kill my own sister.
Man, Rachel McJiggle Titties couldn't do it. It's all good. Hey, listen, guys, thank you for hanging out with us here on Game Blaze, the only channel where you're going to get intellectual commentary for questionably talented gamers at best. Greater Ninja. I'm going to check y'all later. Peace.